Well, this is the beginning of the Teton Crest Trail. I'm just a few hundred yards from my car near Teton Pass, and it is about 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday, September 4th, 2015. I'm carrying about 70 pounds actually, but that's almost a gallon and a half of water because I'm afraid the water sources might not be dependable. And about 15 pounds of food, enough for 7 to 8 days. I've heard there's a lot of bear activity everywhere along the route. It's getting close to winter and they're desperate for food. Dang, I hope I don't run into one. I'll have to be very careful with my food and any odors. I think it's going to be a great hike, but I'm told that tomorrow, Saturday, tonight and tomorrow, there's supposed to be some bad weather, which may include snow. We'll see. Here we go. Well, it's about 6:30 on Friday evening. I'm about 8,900 feet here. This is Phillips Pass. And I actually am hoping to get up to about 9,800 feet before dark, but if I don't make it, I'll just have to find a flat spot to spend the night, wherever I am, because I don't want to hike after dark. Yeah, this is, I've been hiking about 3 hours now. And the weather has not been very good. About a half an hour or so ago, I got pelted in I'm not sure if you'd call it a rain, a snow, a sleet, or a hailstorm. I got pelted with a heavy downpour of wet snowballs about the size of green peas. So I'm all wet now. I came on so fast I didn't even take the time to get my rain suit out. The weather's probably not going to be good for the next 24 hours, but so I better find me a good place to settle down for the night. Well, it's now 7:45 and I'm at 9,800 feet, about a half mile off the trail, up on this ridge by Rendezvous Peak, looking down into Jackson that way and down towards Victor that way. I might even have a cell phone signal here. I gotta hurry up and get the tent set up. I had lightning storms and high winds coming over me as I was climbing up a wide open area. There's nothing like walking in a lightning storm with 2 aluminum rods on your back. I had to hurry up and to get some cover. Well, tomorrow morning I'm going to try doing a little climbing up there before I head off in that direction to Marion Lake tomorrow night. Better hurry. Alright, it's 8 minutes after 8 now. I've got my tent up and I'm about ready to climb inside, and just in time. I've got a bad storm coming in from the south. Looks like it's going to get bad. I better get inside so my weight will hold the tent down if nothing else. I'll check all the stakes. It's time to call it a night. Hide from the storm. Bye. Well, here I am hiding inside my tent from a high wind, a little bit of rain and thunderstorm outside. It's about 8:15. Welcome to my first night, first of 7 or 8 nights on the Teton Crest Trail. I'm told there's bad weather for the next 24 hours and then it's supposed to be really nice. Hopefully my tent won't blow away or lightning won't strike one of these aluminum poles on my tent. Yeah, I guess I better bed down for the night. Well, it's 1 in the afternoon of Saturday, September 5th. This is looking down into where Moose Lake is. I was going to go over there as a side trip and I just am not going to have enough time. Last night from 8 at night until 10:30 this morning it poured rain and sleet and some snow, high winds and lightning. I was comfortable inside my tent and dry, so I picked a good campsite and got a good tent. However, at 10:30 I decided that I already had missed out on climbing that peak over there, which is the Rendezvous Peak, and I'd have to forego going to see Moose Lake, which I don't think will be a big loss. And I got out of my tent in a mixture of rain and snow and broke camp and started hiking. I'm pretty wet from my waist down especially, but I was gambling that the weather report would be accurate and it would clear in the afternoon and be dry and cold tonight. I hope it's dry at least, because I need to dry out all my clothes and gear. Oh well, I better get moving. I'm running out of daylight. I've already had to cancel 2 of my side trips because I lost so much time. And I need to get to my next campsite set up and spread everything out so I can get it all dried out before dark. That was pretty interesting. Well, it's a little after 3 on Saturday. I'm within a mile of Marion Lake, which is right through those trees in the center of the screen there. I've got to go down this valley and then up the other side to get to it. But I'll get there before dark. The weather is still not, well, let's just say it's still threatening. I was hoping it would clear off and just be cool, but it's still not ideal. Oh well. I'm still a little bit damp and chilly, but not near hypothermia. I just need to get my tent set up before dark so I can get dry and warm and be prepared in case it rains tonight. Hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping everything gets dried out. Oh well, here we go. I haven't quite made it to Marion Lake yet. I still have to climb a hill over here. This looked like a really nice place to just relax for a little bit. Little stream here to get a little water in. Marion Lake's up there on that hill. Cliffs overlooking us here. Got a little sunshine. Still cold though. Oh, this was just a nice place and I just wanted to record it. Well, it's about 6:30 in the evening of Saturday, September 5th, and this is Lake Marion. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a lot more gorgeous when there's sunshine though. Right now, I just got my tent set up a few hundred yards behind me in the trees. I think I got it dry inside so I can go inside and get dry. I still got wet socks. I was hoping it would be a little bit more sunshine. It is snowing. They had a little bit of sunshine and then the clouds came back over and it is snowing. I think next year I'm going to plan this maybe the second week in August instead of the first week in September. I don't like being cold. I'm going to go climb in my tent a little early and take off my wet socks and try to get dry and warm for the first time since I got out of my tent this morning. Hopefully it'll just be a little sprinkle of snow, not a blanket. We'll see. Well, it's about 9 o'clock Saturday morning, September 6th, and I'm just getting ready to leave Marion Lake. It's cold. It got into the 20s last night, quite cold. Fortunately, I got everything dried out enough that I'm okay. And got some good friends over here. We've known each other for probably a good 10 minutes. We're good friends now.
Fellow Floridians.
Yeah, fellow Floridian from Jacksonville. Go figure, huh? And it looks like it's going to be sunshiny, windy, and cool today. Perfect. With any luck, I'll be shedding all this jacket and thermal underwear I'm wearing right now because I was really cold, and I actually wore all my thermal underwear that I've been hauling around wherever I went all year, and I used it. I was glad I had it last night. I think it's going to be a good day. Yesterday made me wonder. Today's going to be a good day. Now I have to go up that hill right there. Well, it's now 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. I think I said it was Saturday morning at the lake on the last recording, but it's really Sunday morning at a little after 10 o'clock. Exactly 24 hours ago, I was huddled in my tent making the decision to get out in the rain so I could make it to Marion Lake. Oh my goodness, what a difference 24 hours makes. It is absolutely gorgeous this morning. I'm up near the Fox Creek Pass. There's one of the first views of the Grand Teton in the distance. This is looking down Fox Creek towards Victor, Idaho. The boundary between, I'm in Wyoming, Idaho is right in the middle of the screen. Just really gorgeous. Last night was a really cold night. It got into the 20s and my drinking water actually froze during the night while I was sleeping. But I'm down to my normal. I had to shed all my cold weather gear a little bit ago, and it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day. Anyway, let me see if I can accost some hikers over here. Well, it's about 11 o'clock on Sunday. Right in the center of the screen is the beginning of the Death Canyon Shelf, which is where I could spend the night. My plan was to climb up onto that plateau and climb that mountain, which is called Fossil Mountain. However, it looks like there's a real easy route from the west, which is to the left. But to get from the Death Canyon Shelf up onto that plateau, I'm not seeing a safe route to do alone. I don't know. It says there was a class 1 route. I ain't seeing it yet. If I don't find a safe route, I'll just pass it by and live to climb another day. Oh no. Well, it's 12 noon on Sunday and I'm on the Death Canyon Shelf. That's looking towards the east, to the south, and to the west. Now look at this cliff. My climbing book said there was a class 1. That's you don't have to even touch anything with your hands, you just walk. Somewhere there's a class 1 to get to the top of that plateau from here. I don't see it. There's no way in heck I'm trying to climb that alone. So I'm gonna pass it by and go my way, live to climb another day. Ah, hikers. I'll get them to take photographs. Oh, and there's an interesting thing right over here, which I've only seen at this part of the trail. There's a cabin, an old abandoned cabin with what looks like part of a fireplace. I have no idea what the history of this thing is, but somebody tried to build them a cabin right here long time ago. Great view though. I could see the draw. Interesting. Oh well. Time to... Well, it's before 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, September 6th. I thought you just might appreciate this panoramic view. I just came across, this is looking south, I just came across that, which is the Death Canyon Shelf. There's Death Canyon, and the rest of Death Canyon going down into the valley, into the Teton National Park. Looking over to the north, you can see the Grand Teton in the middle and the South Teton, and several others that I can't name. And then, of course, the cliff that I couldn't figure a way to get up. Nice view, huh? Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and I'm getting very close to Meek Pass. Passing more people on the way. Hey there. How you doing?
Good.
Very good.
Beautiful day.
Yes, it is. A lot better than yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday I bet it was wet.
Yeah, I was out in it yesterday.
Were you?
Hope you don't mind I took your picture.
Not a bit. Nope, not a bit.
Oh yeah. Well, here is an Alaska basin at Basin Lakes. And that's looking to the west. And I just came back from over there from the south. And this is one of the prettiest of the lakes in my opinion. I've never been out to that island because I don't think I want to swim through 35 and 40 degree water. Back over there is, if you look right in the center of the screen, there's Static Peak, which I climbed a few weeks ago. Buck Mountain, which I will climb someday, but not today. And there's, oh, that's the last of the group of several people from California, of Chinese heritage. Very nice people. We probably will cross paths more than once since we're following the same path. There is Battleship Mountain, and looking back down that valley there is looking towards Driggs, Idaho, or Alta, Wyoming. They're both right beside each other at the border. It is 3:40 on Saturday, September 6th, and I'm going to try to get up to Sunset Lake to camp and probably go ahead and climb the wall if I can get up there before 5 p.m. That'll be a nice little side trip. Anyway, this will be the third day, and it's been nice, but it was clear this morning, but it's clouding over again. I'm hoping to get a little more sunshine, but right now it's just overcast. Well, that's all for now. Well, it's about 5:25 in the evening of Sunday, September 6th now. I set up my tent here at Sunset Lake. Hurricane Pass is up there. Behind that cliff on the other side is the wall. And I've got maybe 2.5 hours before sunset, and I'm going to try to get up that ridge, get up to the wall, and get back down here before sunset. That might be a bit much, but I'm going to try it. I have headlamps if I get caught up there. We'll see. Okay, it's about 6:15 on Sunday evening, and I'm about 10,500 feet partway up the wall. That is Driggs over that way to the south. There's Battleship Mountain, but right under this ridge I pitched my tent and left my heavy pack, and I'm carrying just a few pounds light pack on me. I'm gambling that I'm going to be able to get back to that tent before dark. That is Basin Lakes, where I was at a few hours ago. There is, I think that is Buck Mountain. There is the Grand Teton, the Middle Teton, and the South Teton right in front of me. And right below them is the wall. I've got to get up there another 600 feet, and get back to my tent before it gets dark, or else I'll have to scramble back down those rocks in the dark. It can be done, but I'd rather not try it. Ah, look, Table Mountain over there where I'll be passing by tomorrow. Well, I've got about 2 hours to get up and back down, or I'm going to lose daylight. This should be interesting. Okay, it's about 6:30 and I'm almost to the top of the wall. Still have a few hundred feet to go to the top of that ridge right there. I got to get up there before 7, or I won't make it down before dark. Oh, what a view! What a view! Sunday, 6:30 p.m. from almost to the top of the wall. That would be, I think that's maybe Ice Flow Lake. I can't remember what the name of that lake is. Oh, gorgeous. I'm deliberately pushing myself on this trip more than is necessary, and hoping that it'll help me get in better shape for Mount Rainier, which is coming in only 2 weeks. I don't feel like I'm ready. So I'm going to push myself as hard as I can without killing myself. This is a fairly safe hike, as long as I don't get turned around and go down the wrong way and fall off a cliff on the way down. Well, this is what it's about. Oh well, I better get moving or I'm going to lose daylight. Back over there to the there's Battleship Mountain and Victor and Driggs, Idaho over there. Woo-hoo! Yeah! This is the top of the wall. 11,100 and I don't know, about 10ish or so. It's 7 p.m. or the sun will be going down in about an hour, but it's cloudy, so it'll get dark sooner. Woo! This is something. I was wrong. That over there is Ice Flow Lake, and it's my objective. I'm going to come over into South Cascade, where I'll camp tomorrow night, and I want to hike up to Ice Flow Lake there, and maybe even over here. There's a trailhead that's supposed to go up this side of the South Teton. I don't see it, but I want to explore that area over there tomorrow. Just a panoramic view. Whoo! Gotta stay away from that edge. Kind of queasy. There's Ed looking back towards Idaho Falls to the west. Table Mountain. Back over down Cascade, north and south. The Grand right there. The middle. The South Teton. And I'm going to stop because the wall takes about 1,000-foot plunge down there. Well, I'm going to take a few more photographs and then I'm going to head back down this mountain. I just realized I didn't even get myself in that video. Well, I guess my face kind of messes it up. One of the prettiest places on earth, in my opinion, and it's only a 2-hour drive from where I live. Dang, am I blessed. It's about 7:15 right now, and I need to be hurrying back down, but I was kind of hooping and hollering, and then suddenly I just started crying. And I won't sing it, but the words of the song, "How Great Thou Art," came to my mind. How great thou art, how great thou art. Maybe I'll have to do this video with a little of that, because I just stood here and I couldn't keep the tears out of my eyes, remembering the words of how great thou art. Glorious creation. I look at this, my eyes fill with tears because I see the face of God. Well, it's Monday, September 7th, about 6:50 in the morning. Sun's just coming up good. After so much exercise just before going to bed, it was well after midnight before I was able to get to sleep. That's just the nature of heavy exercise before bedtime. The sun will be coming up just a little bit. The moon. Just a beautiful morning. This is like Sunset Lake. And I'll be heading up over that ridge there here in the next couple hours. My neighbors over here, which I passed yesterday, was a group of either 5 or 6 people from California of Chinese descent. They must all be immigrants because otherwise their English would be better. Interesting, I think this is a couple that's going out right now where I suggested that they go up and look over the wall. I think they're heading up now. They were going to go up for the sunrise, but I told them it might not be safe to go up there, to go through this area in the dark because of some places you could fall. When I came home, or when I came back to my tent at about 8:30, I was coming down the trail. They were coming up the trail to look for me because I was about a half an hour later coming back than I said. They were heading up that trail to go hunt for me. Good people. We exchanged names and addresses so we could hook up on Facebook and be friends. It's good to know that there are still people out there who will go and look for a total stranger and look out for their safety. That says a lot. They'd known me maybe a total of 5 to 10 minutes, and they were coming up that mountain to look for me. Just goes to show something I've known my whole life, that the pure in heart, the elect of God, come from everywhere, all colors, all races. It doesn't matter. They're all children of God, and He has His elect in every nation. Well, I am going to, and that's where they were camping, I'm going to get myself a good solid breakfast, take my food out of that tree over there, and then head up over that ridge. Well, it's 9 o'clock on Monday, September 7th. That's where I was camped out last night at Sunset Lake, aptly named because you can see the sunset quite nicely back to the west. I will be climbing up over Hurricane Pass here, which will be up over there. The sun's kind of bright here, but you can see right past the wall over there, you can see the Grand. Looks like it's going to be a nice morning, but it's still cold. I still had ice in the morning. Whew. Oh well, I'm going to eat me some ice cream. The fact that it's not cold is a plus. Well, it's about 10:30 on Monday, September 7th, and I am on the highest point of Hurricane Pass. The trail is actually over there a little ways, but if you climb up another, I don't know, maybe 100 feet to this knoll, you get a much better view, and you get cell phone signal. This is about 10,500 or so. There's the 3 Tetons. Mount Moran, I think, is over there somewhere. Table Mountain. Oh, the weather is being very nice to me today. There is Battleship Mountain. That's looking down into Driggs, Idaho. And that's where I came from. About 32 miles to the south of here is where I started. Oh, it's going to be a good day. I'm going to see if I can set up camp and get to Ice Flow Lake today. The weather is gorgeous this morning. Still cold, but at least it's not raining or snowing. This is something else. But I guess I better get moving on down. I'm going to call, this is where I can get a cell phone signal, so I'm going to call my wife, let her know where I am. I'm just coming off of Hurricane Pass, which is right up there. This is the Schoolroom Glacier. I think probably before my life is gone, that glacier's been there for thousands and thousands of years. Will be gone. It used to be much bigger, as you can tell. That looks almost like a dam, but what it is that glacier used to extend down to where that rocks and soil is piled up, and that is from many centuries of the glacier moving down and piling up those rocks. And as you can see, there's nothing much left of it but a pond and the remnants of the glacier that is soon to be gone. When I first saw that, I thought it was a man-made dam, but it wasn't. It was the product of thousands of years of that glacier. And all of these swamplands down here with lakes, quite green. I'm going to be camping down over that ridge and planning on hiking up to that ridge after I set up camp. Well, it's about 11:30 on Monday. This is all that's left of the Schoolroom Glacier. Just a little lake and that little bit of ice left up there. But yet a mere 150 years ago, where I'm standing would have been a good 50 foot deep in ice, as this glacier slowly slid a little bit each year and piled up those rocks up above me here that formed this natural dam. That's probably 50 or 60 foot thick ice, and it's all gone. But this is a perfect place to have lunch. Chili mac and cheese. 150 years ago, this glacier was higher than that wall right there, and all the way up to there. Lots changed since then. Well, I gotta wait about another 10 minutes and my lunch will be ready. Perfect place for a nice lunch. Beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. Well, I finished my lunch, but my friends over here are a little bit late for lunch.
I can help you to take a picture.
Yeah, sure. You can take a picture of me if you like.
Yeah.
Over here.
Which?
Actually, it's taking a video right now.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
These are my friends that were watching over me last night. When I was late, coming down from the trail, they were going up to look for me. That's good stuff.
Oh, this is a beautiful place.
Maybe I'll get you to snap a few snapshots. Here I'm getting pretty close to my camping area in South Cascade Canyon. Should be able to camp somewhere down there in those trees and then follow that trail up there. It's a little afternoon. Well, it's Monday, almost 2 in the afternoon. I got my camp set up. Everything's secured from bear safe. And I've got my light pack on. And I've got about 6 hours till sunset. I'm going to go up there, about 1,000 foot above me, see if I can find Ice Flow Lake. Never been there before. So if I have to go after dark, at least most of it's a well-defined trail. It shouldn't be a big problem. I'll try to avoid that though. I'm going to go have some fun. Path up to Ice Flow Lake. I believe that waterfall is flowing out of Ice Flow Lake up above me. Well, halfway up the Avalanche Divide, I think this is kind of interesting to show you just how cold it got. This as I think fascinating how the drips form these interesting little stalagmites. Kind of cool. Oh, I got a drop of water on my lens. Go figure. Well, about 2:30 now. Just when I turn a corner, I think I'm getting near the top, or turn a corner, and I see a whole lot more mountain left. Going up there. Pretty up here though. You know, something just occurred to me. That is probably an esker formed by a melting glacier that used to fill this whole valley. So, and my path goes right up that esker. So Esker is going to go climb the esker. Ha! Well, it's about 3:30. I'm at 10,627 feet. This is what's called the Avalanche Divide. And down there you have Kit Lake. And beyond that is that long, narrow lake. That is Snowdrift Lake. Ice Flow Lake is back over this way, but it looks like it's going to be a little hard to get to. I could hike down to those lakes, but I think I'm just going to observe them from up here and enjoy the view and go back downhill. Over there, right in the center of the screen, is where that trail I went about a month ago ends. And this is where this trail ends. And the original Teton Crest Trail, built in the 1930s by the WPA, actually came across this valley up to where I am right now. Apparently, normal snowfall and the avalanches up there made him decide to go back on the other side of this mountain behind me, where it's open most of the year. This is the Middle Teton, which is, there's supposed to be a Class 3 route right up this side, but looks pretty rugged to me. There's the Grand. My campsite is way down in those trees below your view. Over right dead center of the screen is Hurricane Pass. And directly above me, about 500 feet up, is the top of the wall where I was yesterday at 7 o'clock. It looked farther down, but it's only about, that's only 500 feet higher than me. Still a long way to fall. What a view. It's also cold up here. Anyway, I was going to go down to these lakes, but that's another 500 feet down and then 500 feet back up, and I think I've had enough for one day. If I could figure out how to get to Ice Flow Lake over there, I will, but it looks like it'd be scrambling over boulders for several hundred feet. I don't know if it's worth it. Anyway, what a view. Well, I think I'm going to start slowly going back towards my campsite, just relax for the night. Tomorrow we go to Lake Solitude. Well, it's pushing 5 p.m. now, and I am trying to get to Ice Flow Lake, but I think I've probably pushed my luck enough for one day. What you see here is the closest thing there is to a trail. I have to scramble over large boulders, and the lake is somewhere back over there about a quarter mile away at about this elevation. I could probably get to it, but this late in the day alone, I think I've pushed my luck enough. However, it's a great view from up here. Wow. But I think I'm just going to give up on Ice Flow Lake for the day. Maybe I'll come back when I have a companion with me. Well, it's about a little before 7 in the evening. came back to my campsite right down there. I had to climb up here just to see what was up here. Not much, but it gives me a good view of the campsite and the waterfall that I believe is the overflow for Ice Flow Lake, which I decided not to risk trying to climb over that boulder field to get to this late in the day. Here in a little bit I'm just gonna relax, read, maybe listen to some old radio shows, pass the time away. Then tomorrow, Lake Solitude. Good night. Well, it's 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning, September 8th, and I'm just getting ready to get out of my tent. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful morning. Oh, I'm still not even dressed yet. Nice sleeping in till 9. Oh, wow. It's going to be a nice day. There's a grand, beautiful sunshine. This is really, really a nice campsite. I slept so late this morning because I was up the first half of the night till after midnight with what I think was a fever. I feel fine this morning. I was getting a little worried. But after sleeping sometime after midnight till 9 this morning, I think I'm going to be okay. It's going to be a good day. Well, it's about 11 o'clock on Tuesday still. And we're at about a little above 9,000 feet in South Cascade. That tree's hugging the side of the cliff here. Just a nice place to take a break right here. This is looking down South Cascade Canyon. And I'll be down there in just a few minutes. Sun probably won't let me take a picture of the Grand. I don't know if I can get it in the sun, but that overflow right there, that waterfall, just really interested me. It's a long way down. I think that's from the lake I was trying to get to yesterday, which is Ice Flow Lake. But maybe later. Cool. South Cascade Canyon. Well, it is 12 o'clock, high noon. I'm still on South Cascade Canyon. This is a nice spot to take a short break. No hand railings, watch that first step. I love this waterfall. It's where this canyon gets its name from. Well, still got a long ways to go. Well, it's about 12:30 on Tuesday, September 8th now. I'm at 8,600 feet in South Cascade Canyon, and just by chance I spotted this campsite about 100 feet off the trail, and this is going to be my campsite. This is absolutely gorgeous. You have to kind of scramble down from the trail up there over to this campsite. It's only 8,600 feet, so, but, well, I'm not going to get too close, but you got the waterfall over here, going down probably 100 feet below me, going around me, a place to put my tent right here, and a view of just about everything here. And it's not down in the lowlands. I don't like being down in the woods. This, if I'm going to camp up here again in the South Fork, this is my spot. It's hidden enough off the trail that it probably is unoccupied most of the time. I just have a new favorite. My favorite was the one I was at last night. This is my new favorite. 8,600 feet on South Cascade Canyon. Oh, look at that waterfall over there. I don't know where that's coming from. Wow. Coming up down there, I don't know if that's the Grand or Mount Moran, or Keweenaw. Wow. Well, being as it's 12:30, I love this place. Time for me to cook up some lunch. Still getting close to the end of South Cascade. Oh gosh, look at that waterfall coming down there. This is a knoll that overlooks the last part of South Cascade. There's Cascade going to the right, and that'll be North Cascade, which I'll be on in a few minutes. Heading up towards the north. So far it's been a really good day. That lasagna for lunch was great. Getting close to the connection of North and South Cascade. Very pretty place here. See if I can keep from falling in. If I do, it'd make a great video, wouldn't it? Ah! Ah! Oh, it's a long way up. Oh, about 2 in the afternoon. Watch that first step, it's a doozy. Lovely. Oh, about 2:30. Very nice bridge. Just a little ways up the trail up North Cascade Canyon. Don't care if I take a swim. About a half an hour's hike up North Cascade Canyon. And there's the Grand. Well, it's about 4:30 in the evening. I'm at about 8,700 feet at what I've picked as my campsite here, just below Sunset Lake. Sunset Lake is on a plateau right up where that waterfall is flowing out of the lake. Unfortunately, I've had two different reports that there's a mother black bear with two cubs that have been seen up there at the lake. It would not surprise me if she came visiting me during the night. I'm going to have to be especially careful with my food. Although, I do believe that even though there's not much cover here, it's very windy, I believe this is probably the best campsite on this side of this canyon. Oh well, I'm going to set up camp and then go do some exploring. Just after 5 p.m. now, and I'm almost ready. I've got my camp set up and I'm almost ready to go for 3 hours of exploring. I just have to make sure all my food is secured. My tent is ready to climb into it and go to sleep. Almost done. In my opinion, this is the best campsite in this whole valley. But looking back to the north, right up there is Lake Solitude. You'll see that in a few minutes. And the sun setting behind that V-shaped thing right there. So gorgeous. Wow. Oh, this makes every sore muscle worth it. I just hope that that she-bear with the two cubs, that's only about 200 yards from here where they were seen, doesn't come visiting me during the night. I will have bear spray and a loaded .45 revolver right by my right hand while I sleep, as I do every night. I don't come outside in the dark, generally, unless I'm armed with a heavy flashlight, but I generally don't come outside at all. She was sighted right up there in those trees. If I'm ever going to meet a bear, tonight would probably be the most likely night. Oh well, need to secure all my food and go for a walk. Hold it down. Oops. Oops. Here I'm almost up to Lake Solitude. This is the overflow waterfall from the lake. Flows down into the valley where I'm camped. And if you look carefully down there, you can see my tent way down yonder, like about I got to get back to it before nightfall. Where am I at? Right there in the middle of the screen. But this is definitely worth taking in the view. The sun makes it really hard to see, but this angle might be a little better. There you go. Something else. It's approaching 6 p.m. Here's my first view of this trip of Lake Solitude. I got to thinking it's been 4 years since I've been up here. The sun will be setting here in a couple of hours. Somewhere up here there's a black bear with two cubs. I'll keep an eye out. Now tomorrow I get to go up that. If you look very closely, there is one long continuous switchback right there. That's the trail, and it goes up and up and up and up and up. The first switchback is probably 1,000 feet. So it goes right up to about there. Kind of intimidating, but surprisingly it goes pretty quick. Let me go over here to this little peninsula. It's a beautiful place. Oh, I just barely missed the sun shimmering on the lake. It's amazing how the, I don't know, turquoise or blue-green tint when the sun hits these lakes. Very bluish. All these glacier-fed lakes seem to have that tent. I don't know what brings it out here. I know there's a path to go up that ridge to Lake Mica that is right behind that cliff. And I was going to go find it, but at this late time in the day, I'm not sure I want to go scrambling up a rock face alone. I just don't know if that's a good idea this late in the day alone. This is Lake Solitude. This is the rock that you can come out and find yourself some nice little solitude here. It's nicer when it's not freezing cold. I'm going to do a little exploring around here, but I'm up to doing any serious rock climbing this late in the day. Just take a little time around here and soak up the ambiance of this beautiful place. Here's the overflow from Lake Solitude. Very gentle now because there's not a whole lot of melting snow. I presume, I'm going to check it out, I think there used to be a good campsite right there, but they don't let people camp up here. Oh shoot! I'm not going up there. I am not even going up there. I found the she-bear I've been keeping my eye open for. I am not going up there. She's right there, dead center of the screen, a black bear. I am not going any further. I am going the opposite direction. If she's the one that people have seen, she has 2 cubs. I am not going over that way. Hopefully that's her den and she'll stay there for the night. Stay the heck away from me. Well, that certainly made my mind up for me. Lake Mica would be scrambling up those rocks right in the center of the screen. And right where you see the sunlight shining up there in the top, that crack, that's where the lake is. I think it'd be a reasonable hike. It's about a 500-foot climb over rocks. But it's less than an hour and a half till sundown. That's a problem. And the bear with the 2 cubs is right there in those trees between me and Lake Mica. And it wouldn't surprise me if her den was somewhere around there. I made up my mind. I'm going back to my tent for the night and have me a good chicken and rice dinner. That's all for now. I think I'm done for the day. Well, it is Tuesday, September 8th, 7:15 in the evening, and I'm getting ready to have my dinner and settle down in my tent for the night. This, I'll bet you, is one of the best campsites in the park right here. There's a bunch of them down there, but this one seems to be unpopular because it doesn't have some of the amenities, but it's got a nice flat place and a great view. I'm boiling up some water in my jet boil for chicken and rice. I have more than I can fit in my canister, so I tied it up in a tree over there. You're not supposed to do that, but it's better than having the black bear get into it during the night. There's my tent. This is great. And then tomorrow morning, probably before even sunrise, I'm going to be at the top of that ridge, right there in the dead center of the screen. 2,000-foot climb with 65 pounds on my back. Done it before, do it tomorrow morning. I'm seriously considering just continuing to hike until I get out of the park, which will cut 2 nights off of my hike. I'm just really getting kind of ready for a hot shower and a soft bed. Well, it's almost hot, so that's it for tonight. I'll record some more tomorrow. I know I said that the last recording was the last recording, but while I'm sitting here eating my really good dinner, I'm watching. It's about 7:47 in the evening, and this is just a great experience that I hoped I could share with someone. Watching the last seconds of sunlight on the mountains. This is about it. The sun is just dipping below the horizon, which I cannot see, but I can see the light fading on the side of the mountain. It may seem simple and mundane to you, but this moment is something that few people in my circle of friends get to experience. And now I want to share this moment with you as the last glimmer of sun fades from the side of the Grand Teton. Good night. Well, it's 5:45 the next morning now. I think it's Wednesday. And I'm just making my breakfast here. Sitting beside a rock. I had a young lady come and pitch a tent about 50 feet from me just at sundown, which is kind of nice to have somebody close by since that she-bear was just a few hundred yards away. I don't think this camera can capture it, but as a gorgeous sky full of stars, I can see the vague outline of the Grand Tetons, and the moon, crescent moon, is just came over the crest of the ridge that I'm going to climb here in the next hour. Absolutely gorgeous, but I don't think my camera can do it justice. A great morning. Well, here it is a few minutes after 6, and it's beginning to show a little daylight. Oh, that's good. I'm cooking my breakfast a second time, because while I was waiting for my breakfast to cool, I took my tent down, and when I came back over here, I heard a noise, and then I saw some eyes glowing in the dark, and a dang fox had taken my breakfast, scrambled eggs, bacon, peppers, and grits, had taken my breakfast while I was taking my tent down not 30 feet away. And then he danced in circles in my flashlight for a good 2 minutes, apparently taunting me. So, I'm cooking breakfast a second time. I'll watch it more closely. Isn't that gorgeous with the moon? Just to the left of that pointed peak there is where I'll be going this morning. It's about 2,000 feet above where I am now. Still a good morning. And I have a story to tell about the sly fox who snuck behind my back while I was dropping my tent. Well, I just cooked and ate my second breakfast, the first, which was grits and butter, and my first breakfast was taken from right here while I was dropping my tent 30 feet away, and I didn't even realize it until after I saw a fox about 30 feet over there, made a noise, and I shined the light, and then he sat there and he danced in circles 4, 5, 6 times like he was just taunting me, and it was after that that I realized that he had taken my breakfast. Well, I'm getting a little bit of a late start this morning because I had to cook my breakfast again. I don't know if that last video took because my camera ran out of memory, but it's Wednesday, September 9th, about 6:40. I cooked up a second breakfast after the fox stole my first breakfast. Before I knew he had stolen my breakfast, I heard a noise over there and shined my light, and he danced in circles over there. Look at me, then he danced in a circle. I yelled at him and he danced in a circle. I didn't realize that he was basically taunting me because, ah ha ha, I just stole your breakfast. Then I came over here and found my bag of eggs and bacon and peppers and grits stolen with the spoon in the bag, so I lost my spoon too. And I just realized that he also stole the lid to the bear container, which I thought was kind of weird. I've been looking around, I can't find it. Now I understand why foxes have such a reputation. And right about sundown last night, we had, how do you pronounce your name again?
Ina.
Ina. Ina. And she got woke up this morning hearing me yelling at a fox in the dark for stealing my breakfast. Oh, beautiful morning. There is the last star of the night. I don't know if you could see it. It's directly below the moon, the crescent moon there. It's beautiful. I've got to go right in the middle of the screen there, about 2,000 foot climb, and we'll walk past Lake Solitude to get there. Now that I finally got all this done, time to pack up and be gone in the next few minutes. The first rays of sun striking the side of the Grand Teton. Pretty special view for me. 7:15. Wednesday, 7:30 in the morning. I actually wasn't going to stop by the lake this morning, but I needed to get some water before I started climbing, because there's no water for quite a while. It's a good thing because the lake is different in the morning. I think this is what the name Lake Solitude is about. I'm going to take just a moment and not talk. Well, it's 10:20 on Wednesday, September 9th, 2015. I'm at about 10,000, just short of 300 feet, going up towards the Paintbrush Divide, which is up there. This is the first spot where I get to see the next canyon over. Good place to take a break. I believe this is Lay Canyon, which means that right dead center of the screen on that cliff right over there is where I spent the night, Friday night, about 2 weeks ago. And that mountain to the left of it would be Little Peak. So this would be the valley that I was looking down on when I was camped out there. Well, making pretty good progress. I'm thinking about bypassing my next campsite and going home. But if I get to the highway after dark, hitchhiking might be a little difficult. I'll figure it out. Paintbrush Divide at 10,700 feet. Wednesday, September 9th at 11:30. I'm still seriously considering going all the way down to the highway today. I'll decide when I get to Holly Lake for sure. And my personal photographer, Ina, here took my picture a few times, and I took her picture a few times. We're having a regular photo shoot up here. I thought we were all over the edge there posing.
Yeah, but I survived.
You survived.
Luckily.
I'm thinking about climbing that little wall right there. I'm still thinking about it. What's that?
I hope you survived that one.
Yeah. Okay, well, you hope you meet up with your friends and have a nice trip, and I probably won't see you again until we get on Facebook.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward.
All right, well, it's really nice to crisscross your path several times today.
Yes.
Okay, you have a safe one.
Nice meeting you.
You too. Well, I'm going to take a few minutes to take it in here. I believe that is, I don't know if that's the Grand or Teton over there. There's the trail I came up. Just looking to the south. Looking down Paintbrush Canyon here. And I believe that is Lay Canyon there. I was going to climb from Holly Lake up to the top of that mountain, which is Woodring, but I've decided I'm not going to do that. I don't want to spend another day up here, and I'm just not sure I want to do that alone. I'm thinking about climbing that thing. I'll go give it a shot and see if it's safe, as long as I stay the heck away from that cliff. Oh. Absolutely gorgeous. But cold drinks, hot cheeseburger, hot shower, and a soft bed are calling my name. I am on the top of Mount No Name. Doesn't even have a name on the map. It's 10,900 feet. It's only 200 feet higher than right in the center of the screen where my backpack I left it is at 10,700. That is the Paintbrush Divide. There's the Grand Teton. This is a much better view than down there. That's looking to the south. That would be Paintbrush Canyon, Mount Woodring. I think that's Lay Canyon, and one of those is Mount Moran. Oh, looking back over here to, oh yeah, you can see Lake Solitude down there. And that little peak right there is Little Peak. And there's Lake Mica. And back behind that snow drift is where I came up. That's North Cascade Canyon. Whoa! This is worth the extra 200 foot of scrambling over boulders to get up here. Not easy, but relatively safe. Possibility of broken ankles or legs, but not much more. Whoa! This, if you ever come up to the Paintbrush Divide, you gotta climb this extra 200 feet. You can see everything. I'm still seriously thinking about walking right past Holly Lake and continuing down to the highway, as long as I can make it before it's dark, because I don't want to walk through those woods in the dark, because most of the grizzlies are in the lower elevation, and I've had multiple reports that there's another black bear with 2 cubs down in lower Paintbrush, but I also know that there's a higher concentration of grizzlies in the lower elevations, so I don't want to walk through those woods after dark. Wow, one more panoramic view. And there's the old man himself, the Grand. And speaking of old men, here I am. It's been a great trip. I'm hoping to finish it today. Hoping to get out of here safely to the highway. I forgot and left my dang money in my car, which is like 40 miles away. But I've got food and shelter, but no money. I have 1 nickel and 1 penny that I used to open and close the bear container. Although I can spend that 6 cents now since I don't have a lid to the bear container anymore. It's been a great trip. Now, my objective is to safely get off this thing. Going that way. Well, it's about 2 p.m. here at Holly Lake. I'm probably going to go ahead and pass this by and try to head on out to the highway, I believe. Very nice place. There's only 3 campsites here. Back over there. Very pretty place though. I believe I'm going to go forego the camping tonight and head on out to the highway. I think I can get there before dark. Oh well. Well, it's just before 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. on Wednesday, September 9th. I'm at about 8,000 feet going down Paintbrush Canyon. I think I must be getting pretty close to the camping zone. People down here playing. I'll probably stop and get me some lunch in the camping zone. It's 4:15, and I'm still heading out towards towards the highway. My car is about 40 miles away. I'm gonna have to hitchhike. Wow, it's kind of hot now actually, and that looks inviting, but I know that it's probably less than 40 degrees. I'll pass. And realizing I need a little more food in me or I'm not going to make it, so I'm sitting right here in the middle of the trail, not at a campsite, cooking lunch. Probably tote it and eat it as I walk. I really want to get out of here today. Well, a little further down the trail now, it's almost 5 o'clock. One thing about these trails is no handrails. If I was to take 2 steps forwards right now, I would definitely die. I'm not sure whether I would die from the fall or from drowning after I knock myself out. It's a pretty good ways down there. It'll almost certainly be fatal. And that's just right off the side of the trail. Gotta watch out for yourself. This is really a cool waterfall though. I like it. Oh gosh. It's 6:30, Wednesday, September 9th. This is the outlet to String Lake. The other side of this bridge is the end of my journey. 1 week, it turns out about 65-mile long journey. It has been a good week. It really has. Oh, I'll be sore for a week too. I have about an hour before sundown to try to find a way back to my vehicle. Here we go. Well, that's the end of my journey. Oh, just had to take one more passing video as the sun's getting ready to go down behind the Tetons. It's the end of a very good, very exhausting, but good week. Wow, this view is too good not to add a little bit to it. I'm walking out to the main highway with a bear canister and a sign that says Teton, well, what is this? Teton Pass or Jackson. I've only got maybe 45 minutes before sundown, but I'm treated to an astounding view of the grand and of the mountains I just came through. That over there is the canyon I came out of. Beautiful. But I better get hitchhiking, or I may be sleeping out here on this grass somewhere tonight. Ha! That shouldn't be too